Recording is rolling. It is Thursday, March 27. Today's day for Circuits Lab. So I just gave you guys each one of these pages. What I'm going to have you guys do is draw 1, 2, 3 different circuits, and then use the multimeter to measure what are the voltage drops and what are the currents through different locations in your circuit. If you're looking for what kind of circuits can I build, here, you guys have a bunch of Christmas lights back there. I got some options here. You guys, of course, have this page we've been working on the last couple of days. Here's a bunch of options how to wire up these Christmas lights to make some circuits. Okay. Now, guys, once you know the voltage drop, or let me remind you guys how to calculate voltage drop. So how to measure that, I should say, how to measure. So here, guys, everybody look up here. You guys get one more shot to see this. Now, there are different multimeters back here. The orange ones are the best ones. If you get your hands on the orange ones, these work the best. But some other ones too. Leave the black lead plugged in COM. Now, notice this red lead is plugged in this right one. It says volts. I'm going to switch this toggle to DC volts. Any's in the top left will work, just different decimal places. Then you have to connect this voltmeter in parallel because you're trying to calculate a potential difference. That's what a voltage is. It's a potential difference. Kind of like the height of a cliff could be the difference in elevation from the top to the bottom. So you say, oh, this elevation is so many meters, this elevation, and then you take the difference. And the voltmeter does all that. Okay? Now, if you want to measure the current in amps, you do something different. So I'm going to change this plug, go move this red lead over here. It says amps. I'm going to switch this toggle to, there's one right before the orange button. It says milliamps. We're just going to call it amps, though, right? Something like that. Okay. And then I'll turn this off to save battery. Okay. But you have to connect this and, ooh, guys, is that ammeter connected in parallel or series with your circuit? That's series. You have to break open the circuit. Been doing these last few days, but I'll be walking around and help you guys out too. You break open your circuit and force the current to flow through the multimeter. And that's how you can measure the current. Okay, okay. Now there's also, okay, so back here. Guys, when you measure voltage and you measure current at different locations and whatever circuit you want to set up, is there enough information there where you could use, where you could calculate the resistance? And guys, what law would you use if you know current and you know voltage and you want to calculate resistance? Whose law is that? Ohm's law. Ohm's law. See, this comes from the multimeter. This comes from no multimeter. You can calculate this resistance down here. You guys see that? Okay. And then for the last column, power in watts. Guys, what law do you use to calculate the power in watts? Joule's law. You have lots of options. These will all get you the same value. Okay. So you can go current times voltage or any of those. Okay. All right. So you guys good? Okay. So you're going to measure voltage, measure current with the multimeter. Okay. You calculate the resistance and calculate the power. Right, for whatever circuit you want to set up. Here's a bunch of options. Have you guys great through this? Hey, guys good so far? Good so far? All right, so a few more things I want to tell you. One is, I've been using these Christmas lights for years. These Christmas lights work really great. If you want to get your hands on the breadboards, I did put a bunch of breadboards back there and a bunch of resistors and also a bunch of LED lights. Well, here, I got some LEDs plugged in. Those are all back in the lab area. Now, I was trying to use these myself and I was having trouble getting any readings on the multimeter, so that may not work. But if you want to play around with them, those are back there. And what I do want to show you guys, though, is how to read these resistors. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but these little resistors, they have little colored bands. And if you blow that up, they look like this. So if you see this up close, you can see them, different colored bands. So here, guys, look up here so you know how to read these. If I have brown, green, red, and then a gap, and then a gold band, what do you do? So brown means 1, green means 5. So something to do with 1, 5. Now, the third band is an order of magnitude. So red means the number 2, but it's really 10 to the power of 2. So it's 1500. Oh, look at that, 1500 ohms. You guys see where that comes from? Okay. And then the last band tells you the tolerance. And there's 4 options here. So the gold means plus or minus 5%. Right, so somewhere there. Okay. So how about one from here? Now, I don't know if you guys can see this. Actually, that's upside down. Here we go. It goes brown, black, black, brown, and then a gap, and then I think it's brown. So it goes brown, black, black, brown, and then gap, brown. So how would you read that? I'm going to write this down. So brown is 1, black, that's 0, 0. And then brown, but remember that third band, black, or I should say brown, black, brown, fourth band, or so the last band refers to an order of magnitude. So it's really 10 to the power 1, which is just another 0. Okay, so that means 1,000 ohms. And then that last band brown is plus or minus 1%, so pretty much spot on. So this resistor right here, you could be 1,000 ohms. Okay, so you know how to do that. What else I got for you guys? I'm going to leave this model on the screen. So this could be okay, we got 4 resistors there. I mean, I guess you could do something like that. Now, if you use the Christmas lights, they're all approximately the same resistance. That might help simplify a little bit. So remember, you're going to measure voltage and current with the multimeter. You're going to calculate resistance with Ohm's law and calculate power with Joule's law. After you set up and complete the tables for 3 different circuits, up to you, how you want to make the circuits, you can turn that into the gray tray. That's the first lab of this last quarter. I will walk around and help you guys out.